This is the key fob out of my 2005 Land Rover LR3, and as you can see, the buttons are destroyed, so the shell needs to be replaced. Now you could go to Land Rover and spend about 300 bucks and have them give you a new key specific to your vehicle, but I don't want to spend 300 bucks. I want to spend about $20. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the shell open, and when I'm in here, I'm actually going to replace the battery because the batteries are not changeable, except with opening up the key fob, desoldering the battery that's in there, and then soldering a new one. I'm not an expert at soldering, so don't look to me for any guidance on soldering, but I think I can get it done. So let's get started. I'm going to cut this thing open. I'm going to use some clamps to help me hold this thing from moving around. If I had a vise, that would be better, but I don't. And I'm going to use a Dremel type tool, this is a Ryobi brand, to gently cut along the edge, or the seam, I guess, of this key. You don't want to go too deep because you don't want to cut the circuit board in there, and you don't want to go too shallow because then you won't open it up. So let's get started. And there we go. Circuit board looks to be undamaged. Our key is in good shape. All right, cool. I'm going to clean this mess up, and then I'm going to see if I can desolder this battery. Here's a closer look at the circuit board inside the key fob, and what we're dealing with is a solder point here and a solder point there. Like I said, I'm not an expert in soldering. There is a cool little tool that you can use where you heat that up and it sucks the solder out, and there's desoldering wire, and there's all sorts of other fancy stuff. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to heat up the solder and then pull out the old battery. So wish me luck. Well, I quickly discovered that I don't have the skills to do soldering. I haven't really done any soldering in my life, and I don't have the skills or the tools. So what I decided to do was take this down to a camera repair shop, and for $10 they were able to swap out the battery. You could go to any electronics repair shop, and I would imagine it would be the same price, 10, 20 bucks to have them swap out the battery. So now what I need to do is I need to put the circuit board into the new key body, and the only thing I need from the old key body is the actual key blade. You're going to need some super glue, and keep in mind when you're swapping out the body, the key probably won't be waterproof anymore. I haven't tested it, but I suspect that this is not going to be the same quality as the Land Rover Key. So if you enjoy the waterproof capability of the old key fob, this may be a problem for you. This is spring-loaded, so we need to be careful when we're taking it apart. I'm just going to test to make sure that I've got everything lined up. And that appears to be working properly. Circuit board sets in there. And then that just goes right on the top. I'm going to just assemble this real quick to make sure everything is going to work properly. I'm not going to glue it yet. Oops. Huh. You know what? That's funny. This is a non-glue case. That's why I was having so much trouble putting it back together. The other case that I've done this before with was a glue case. You had to glue it back together. This one just snaps together. That is funny. So there you go, it's done. We don't have to glue it. Now you can glue it if you want to. If you want the waterproof capability, I would imagine you could probably lay a bead of silicone or glue or something in there, I don't know. But this key's done. It does feel cheaper than a factory key. It is only out the door, I think it's 30 bucks, 40 bucks by the time you do a battery, a case, and then pay someone to solder in the new battery. You're looking at $30 to $40. I'll put links in the descriptions on where you can buy the case and the battery, and also the soldering tools if you're so inclined. But well, that's why I was having so much trouble, because I'm expecting it just to smush together and then I test it and then glue it, because that's what the last one did. This one is a snap together case, so, and that's why it was so hard to take apart actually. So here we go. We've got a new key. Done. If you have any questions about how to get this done, feel free to leave them in the comments and I'll do my best to help you out. If you have any pointers or any extra experience in this, please leave that in the comments so we can all learn from you as well. Have a great day.